would you do that? We're in the endgame now.
So, if you're new to the channel, we are giving away Avenger 4 tickets, Avengers Endgame. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel with notifications on and let me know down below what is freaking going on. So what is good YouTube? What is popping YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Avengers Endgame. Now, this is the major spoiler warning. Major spoiler warning. This actually could be the first 20 minutes of the movie. Why I said it could actually be, because this information is coming from a South Korea press junket. It's the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie. Now, because everyone who's watched this movie, well, the first 20 minutes at the press junket, they're under NDAs. They're not supposed to say anything, but this is leaked. I can't verify if this is real. So there's going to be no spoilers in the title, no spoilers in the thumbnail, but I cannot validate if this is real. But if it is real, this is absolutely insane. So spoiler warning, you have been warned. This is not a drill. So the Russos are right. We know nothing if the validity, if this is actually correct. So let's get into the video. So apparently Marvel privately screened the first 20 to 30 minutes to a select group of people. Most of what they shown to anyone else in the house or critics until recently. I won't say more than I personally know, someone who's selected that was able to get me in there as well. This is way too long to post here, but whatever. Yes, I took notes. Here goes. So it's not in full depth, but it's in some capacity. I've not seen the good majority of this anywhere. So let's get into it. The movie opens to harsh, continuous beat of emergency broadcast over the Marvel Studios logo. Same one from Ant-Man and the Wasp post-credit scene, reading, "This is not a test. There is a state of emergency in effect. Please stand by for further instructions." Whole screen is a shot of that for a few seconds. Cut to that Barton farm. Clint is away from the family panic, teaching his daughter some archery. He jokes that the 30th time is the charm to stay steady and not even think about it. She nails the center of the target. He and his daughter have a funny back and forth about who's the better archer will be when she gets better trainer. Clint turns his back to her for a moment, expecting a response to his quip. He turns back around and she isn't there. Clint looks amused for a second. He calls out her name, looks behind the tree. Nothing. He quickly begins to panic, asking his wife if she's seen her. That she was just with him. Laura has no clue. They're frantically searching around the house to no prevail. Clint turns to see his two younger sons reduced to ash in front of him. Clint runs out of the room to Laura, who also slowly turns to ash in his arms. Clint is in utter shock. Walks into the living room where the TV is blaring. Emergency broadcast, "This is not a test." Back on Earth, Wakandians mourn their lost loved ones. We get a pretty emotional sequence there. The remaining Avengers gather themselves in the lab that was used to protect Vision in Infinity War. Shuri has been dusted, obviously. Okoye vows to do whatever it takes, whatever she can do to help them. Their wounds are attended to. Banner sits in stunned silence, as does War Machine. Rocket holds back tears. Thor groans that he had him. Cap responds, "That's it's no one's fault," and that they have to go back home, regroup and try to find whoever's left that they can still help. Natasha ponders what they could have done differently, to which War Machine responds, "It doesn't matter now, we've lost." Thor also mentions that while he regrets not going for the kill shot, he still managed to hurt Thanos badly. Bruce is given all the information Shuri collected on Vision and the Mind Stone before they head out, but it's said to be encrypted. So guys, this is absolutely crazy. They're mourning. Emergency services. This is not a joke. Absolute carnage. So if this is real, there's a lot more to go over. We've just gone over a brief bit. We're going to continue. But it is interesting that it's implying that Shuri actually is dead. I still don't believe it. But if this leak is real, damn, the South Koreans were led on to some pretty cool info. So we just got to go on the basis that this is real. Absolutely insane thus far. Cuts to Tony and Pepper in a massive church, standing in front of each other on the altar in full wedding getup. This entire scene plays very dreamlike, kind of unsettling. All the Avengers, including those who were snapped, sat in smiling, conversing, happy, stands behind Pepper with a baby nest in his arms, who we could only presume is Morgan. The priest reads through the usual vows. Tony smiles and says, "I do." The Avengers cheer as they turn to Ash. Tony looks into the crowd to see Peter die again. Happy and Morgan fade to Ash as well. Tony is visibly horrified. Pepper gets dusted before she can say "I do" as Tony screams, and we cut to him waking up from this nightmare in the Benatar, shaken but not stirred. So damn, a nightmare scene. That is pretty cool. Nebula asks if he's okay. He brushes it off and says he just dreamt that they didn't make it back. Complains, "Gosh, it's cold in here." Nebula mentions that the heat has stopped working too. Much of the ship was heavily damaged in the battle on Titan. It's also mentioned that the ship can no longer jump travel. Something about missing parts, some coils being burnt to the crisp. From here, we jump into a relatively fun montage of Tony and Nebula passing the time playing paper football and hard at work repairing the Benatar, played to the tune of "Dear Mr. Fancy." Tony jokes if they could use some of Nebula's parts to speed this up. Nebula gives Tony some sort of medical concoction for an infection he got from the wound in his abdomen. That was the scene where Thanos went for him and didn't actually kill him. This is the opening sequence critics got to see last week. I'm assuming the rest was obvious deliberately cut out for those screenings. Some scenes for this screening may have been cut or reshuffled as well. Tony and Nebula managed to get the heaters back up, but failed to restore the jump travel. They are quickly running out of food, water, oxygen as mentioned in the trailers. The montage ends as we cut to New York. Shots of the looters, the protesters, a guy holding up a sign of some Bible verse whilst yelling that there is still time to repent. Most of the remaining Avengers are present in the Avengers HQ. Thor, Rocket, Bruce studies Fury pager as they surround him. Natasha mentioned it was recovered by the police and brought to them, along with some of Fury's other belongings. They had no idea what or who it was for, and that it kept turning on and off. This is the problem Bruce is hoping to fix. If they can bypass the battery as mentioned in the mid-credit scene for the Captain Marvel movie, he says it takes some time. The rest of the scene is a lot of some stuff we've seen from the trailer. Natasha lying about Thanos exactly what he said he was going to do, that he wiped everyone out and that they have no idea where he could possibly be. It also mentioned here that they're working under assumptions that Tony is dead. Nat says Clint tried reaching out to her, but he's gone ghost since. She's determined to find him. Cap is willing to help with War Machine, thinks it's better that they stick together for now. Bruce yells off screen, "Got it." Natasha quips, "That wasn't a lot of time." Bruce says he never said he would need a lot. The signal will stay on for now. Cut back to Tony as he sits in silence on the floor of the Benatar. He's exhausted. This is where he records the message to Pepper. Sad as you can imagine. They've been stranded in space for weeks now, and he is fully expected to die when he drifts off our dream about you. Always you, Pep. Tony rummages around for some clothes, throwing on a red long sleeve. He slumps into the passenger seat of the ship as Nebula walks in. He asks her if she got all that, which she responds, yeah. Tony mentions that it feels weird stealing Quill's clothes. He says something along the lines, "I saw him turned to dust." All of them. Plus, we never really got along, you know? Nebula can relate. They have a funny and a heart-to-heart where Tony thanks her for her help, at least trying. The last scene of the footage we were shown is basically just a mid-credit scene from Captain Marvel. The signal from the pager finally craps out and they turn to see her arrive. Wow. If this is true, the Russos weren't lying, that we don't really know anything about the first 15 to 20 minutes. So apparently this footage is from the South Korean press junket. There was a new trailer that came out, but it's literally just a scene of Rocket talking about no one throwing up in his ship. So damn, if this is correct, I can't verify it, I haven't seen it, but we are reporting the story to you guys that this potentially is the first 20 minutes. Damn, a nightmare scene where Tony almost gets married. That is gonna make some people cry, but maybe that happens later on in the movie. We do know there was a shot scene where every person was on the screen at the same time. Maybe that was it. So it's very interesting, guys. Like I said, I cannot confirm if this is 100% legit, but it is the most interesting reveal we've had for the first 20 minutes. Damn, I'm not going to link where I got it from down below because I don't want to spread it around massively, but I wanted to talk about it on my Marvel-based channel. So guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. I did give a massive spoiler warning at the start of the video. I did put a spoiler tag in the description and in the comment section. So guys, please don't say I ruined the movie for you because that's not what happened here. And like I said at the start of the video, knowing the first 20 minutes of a movie doesn't necessarily ruin the whole movie, but damn, state of emergency if Clint's family disappears, but it's good that they don't necessarily die. It's very interesting, and I can quite well believe there's going to be some nightmare dream in this movie right at the start. It sounds like Tony thinks he's going to die. It is insane. Let me know, do you think it's true down below, guys? It doesn't really matter if it's not true, but seeing as this came out just after the South Korean press junket, it kind of does make sense. So it is pretty cool. Would love to know what you guys think down below. But like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment. And I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.